This is the way we see it, see it. This is the way we 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 see it, see it. This is the way we 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 see it, see it. This is the way we 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 see it, see it. This is the way we 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 see it. This is.
You're listening to PowerPlugRadio, home of your throwback jams.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Cranston Cumberbatch.
And I'm Kawana Norman.
And this is the way we see it. And we are here. It is Thursday.
Yep.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a lot to talk about. So many things happening right now in today's world of entertainment by way of shows and movies and all that good stuff. But before we get into that, we definitely have to give huge shout outs to the people that help keep the lights on. The Urban Drinkery, thank you so much. Yes. Urban Drinkery, one of the hottest hangout spots here in St. Petersburg. You know, I mean, it's a really, really dope spot. The vibe is chill. The drinks are chill. The atmosphere is chill. Everything that happens here is chill. You know, I mean, it truly is. And big shout out for today's drink. Today's drink is called the Cognac Berry. I wish y'all could get a close-up of this, but that's all right. We get ready to do some upgrades here. PowerPlugRadio. Y'all going to see a new look in a lot of our shows in the programming here in the very, 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 like maybe next week. Not maybe. Next week future, you're going to see PowerPlugRadio boom, to the next level. And that's what this is all about. But we're going to start getting y'all some even sweeter shots of these drinks that are being made here at the Urban Drinkery. And shout out to the proprietor and the owner, Miss Chandra Allison, who definitely does her thing in, her mixology. She's a trained, licensed professional in doing this. And I mean, just look at it. Cheers. Cheers to Thursday, cheers. And.
Oh, yes.
Doesn't disappoint. Doesn't disappoint at all. I mean, whether you're an alcoholic or non-alcoholic, it ain't gonna matter because you're not gonna taste it in the cognac berry at all.
That is you
would. I mean, the stuff is bottled and it needs to be bottled because it definitely is a good, refreshing drink. And it's summertime, and that's what you need. You need more refreshing things to happen in your life in the summer. And the cognac berry, is definitely one of those things. Now, if my accent seems to be a little bit wheezy and I get a lot of baby in my talk, that's because I am literally fresh off the plane from New Orleans, from Narlands. I'm telling you, baby. I mean, that's just how it is, man. And I don't know. It's just something about the culture. It is immediately, it infects you. From the minute you talk to the first person there, as soon as you hear that accent, that true, authentic New Orleans accent, and they add that baby to the end. Oh, man. I just loved it. And so, I've been out there a few times. This time was definitely more business than pleasure, but it turned out to be pleasure from the business. Yeah. And so in that, I got an opportunity to connect with some people and really, really, really get to see the hospitable side. It has nothing to do. Come on, baby. Has nothing to do with the drink, ladies and gentlemen. This is really it's not that. But fresh off the plane, and the food there. Oh my gosh, people talk about it all the time. But the cuisine in New Orleans is just like none other. The seafood, I mean, they scoop it straight out the water. I mean, there is no preservatives being added to it. There is no extra nothing. It's like freshly caught and freshly served. And I mean, you really taste the difference. It ain't being packed or shipped nowhere. I mean, I've had more gumbo than I have ever had in the last 6 years, but everywhere I ate it from was good, I even had my first steak roll last night.
How was that?
It was amazing. I mean, made right there on the street, and they whipped it right up, and I mean, it was what we normally eat, I mean, it was steak, it was cheese, it was, I don't know whatever else was in there, but I know it was amazing. Okay. And so much so, I had to go get some more. It was that good. And so I was just like, wow. And then big shout out to Buku Eats, which is one of our favorite places to eat there in New Orleans. When I tell you some of the best salmon I've ever had this side of the equator, I mean, it ain't even got bones, and it's fall off the bone good.
Wow.
I mean, it's that tender. You know how normally, salmon, when you put your fork in it, you eat it in chunks, kind of almost like tuna.
Right.
But Buku Eats, you're getting like layers. Man, when I tell you, if I'm lying, like my boy Jabbar say, if I'm lying, I'm flying. The stuff is off everything they make there is just amazing. All the way down to the desserts, and it is one of the go-to spots in New Orleans. But 2 years ago, right before the pandemic, we had the opportunity to show Agent X. We were actually the opening event for Mardi Gras, the year of the pandemic, 2020. Yeah. And they were freshly opening. They had been doing some smaller things, but this was them officially as a restaurant. Mm-hmm. And we got to eat there, and I had the salmon then. And when I tell you the first bite, I was like, oh my gosh. Wow. And so it was just, we had a memorable experience with them. And so as soon as I got off the plane on Tuesday, that's the first place I went to. I had a little bit of a wait before I got into my hotel. because they're really strict on their check-in times.
Okay.
Or they're gonna make you pay an extra
Right.
fee if you want to check in a little early. Which all right, I don't knock them. As they hustle, they're they're a tourist town, so just like how St. Petersburg's coming along, so I won't be shocked if we get to that place to when people are coming here, we're charging them to get in early.
That's
you
right.
know, if we say you can check in at 3 and you showing up at 12, talking about can I get in my room now?
We need extra money.
Yeah, that's gonna be extra $50 if you want to get in right now. So anyway, but big shout out to Buku Eats. If I can get a womp womp womp, there you go. Yes. Buku Eats New Orleans. Everybody who's in New Orleans, Nolans, baby,
Nolans.
y'all need to go and check out Buku Eats. And if you're going to New Orleans, I highly, 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 highly 1000% recommend you go check out Buku Eats. We will be going back there sometime next month with our web series Nothing Else Matters for a private screening there at the restaurant for one of their industry professional mixers. So big shout out to them for even extending the opportunity for us to bring cast and crew out there and do a private screening of Nothing Else Matters and Agent X. Because they never got to the pandemic.
Right.
We were supposed to come back there and show it, but because of the pandemic, we didn't get the chance to. So, actually, I'm a sip to that.
Yeah.
Buku Eats, yes, thank you so much. I'm talking barbecue chicken. I'm talking greens. I'm talking lamb chops. I'm talking whatever they put in the pan. It is good. Oh, people coming from far and near just to eat at their restaurant. I mean, and they've even expanded since we've been there last. So they now own even more property on the property that they're on. And so definitely trip to New Orleans, Buku Eats, it's definitely worth it. So I'm going to get off of that horse and get onto another horse while we're talking. And let's go ahead and just jump into what's happening in the world of sports today. Since we've added that segment to the show, it's been a popular one. And so we're going to go ahead and jump in on that because we've got a lot of exciting things happening in the world of the NBA and also in the world of the NFL. And you was updating me today on some information.
Right. I think we should be very proud of one young lady. Her name is Sandra Douglas Morgan.
Yes.
And she was named the president for the Las Vegas Raiders. And not only that, she's the first African-American woman in NFL history to hold that job title.
Wow. All right. So let's give a big, huge shout out to Miss Sandra Douglas Morgan,
Yes.
Who is the new president of the Las Vegas Raiders. And she just so happens to be black.
Yes.
Black.
Yes.
Wow. And that's so funny too, because since we're talking shows, one of the shows that was really one that I really loved, that I'm sad to see it end, but Ballers with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It had John David Washington, who's Denzel Washington's son.
That was his breakout role. That was
One of them. It was one of his breakout roles, but from there he started getting even more opportunities to be seen more in bigger projects.
Exactly.
And and I liked him as the character he played. And I didn't even know he was Denzel Washington's son. And watching Ballers when I first started watching it.
Yeah.
But the show was really good. It really took you inside of football,
Right.
In the front office and how things worked. And Ballers is a really, really good show. I almost wish, if I'd thought about it, would have had the trailer playing for Ballers right now as we're talking about it.
Next week.
Yeah. We can talk about Ballers. But Ballers was a really, really good show. I think they had 3 or 4 seasons.
Right.
And there were 3 or 4 good seasons. And of course, when you have a guy like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a series, it starts over time getting harder to tie him down,
Right.
because he's involved in so many other things,
projects.
right? He's movies, he's commercials, he's so much of everything.
Right.
So hard guy to tie down. So I'm shocked that they were able to hold him for that long. But the show really did its thing. And in the show, one of the teams that they centered around and favored was the Las Vegas Raiders. And of course, the team was under a different name, but it was definitely the Raiders that they were referencing. Yep. And it just so happened that the Raiders had a black female president on the show. So for it to now be that way in real life, that they actually have a black female president now, running things, that is like, wow, okay, well, maybe did they get that from the show, or is that just,
Remember how they say the Simpsons?
Yeah.
Say a lot of the stuff that they talk about, it like comes to pass.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like, the Simpsons said that Trump would be president, and that was a joke. He sure did. Yeah. He became president. Exactly. And so
there's some other stuff in there. It's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm seeing is I'm seeing that she was an attorney.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so and that she was heavily involved in like the gaming commission and things of that nature. So she understands about the politics of sports.
Exactly.
And so that's also a really good person to have in your front office who understands that level of being in the business of managing a football team, and all aspects of what it takes to manage a football team.
Right.
So for them to hire her, she definitely had to really have proven her worth and shown that she's more than capable of handling the job, in more than one capacity. And so, but kudos and shouts out to her. And the picture that I saw of her, she looks young.
Doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, of course, when you are up when you're to that echelon of professionalism, you got access to the good hair. And so, you can pick out, the more high end strands and really make yourself look amazing. I mean, look at Beyonce. She looks amazing every time you see her because she's able to mix in with her hair that real good hair. And so I'm just saying, when you got access to some good stuff, it changes your look. It can knock off some years, make you look even younger.
She does look young.
Yeah,
she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, she is. So shouts out to her again, and congrats to the Raiders for this move. A lot of people are excited about this, and I see some changes happening. So we'll see. And you know what? The Raiders have not been. They've been one team that have not been afraid to kind of shake things up.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, and switch it up and change it. And they have been. They really are. Since the firing of John Gruden, they've really amped up a little more, showcasing the fact that they are for diversity and that they are, about making sure that they are a well-rounded organization as far as people and minds and things of that nature. So that's good to see.
Another thing, I think it was the Raiders. Was it Henry Ruggs the third or something? The one who had that bad car accident.
Oh yeah. And
they let him go.
Yeah.
He was just in the news too.
Wow.
Because he's trying to come back to football.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
Well, Henry.
Because the Raiders immediately released him as soon as they charged him.
Yeah. I mean.
So, but he's trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, Henry. I'm gonna take a sip too.
I think I need to take a sip on that too.
How do I say? I mean, I don't know.
I see it as being very hard for anyone to pick him up. They may, but
so the NFL has been very, very, very unforgiving in certain instances. They've made it very hard for guys like Ray Rice after the whole domestic violence thing to come back. They made it very hard for other players. Kareem Hunt, he's probably the only one as of late that's been able to really squeak through, but you have not heard a peep out of him since he's been back in the league. But there's other guys too that have like faced some major things, out in the NFL and off the field.
But Henry, I'm so sorry. And he killed a young woman and her dog. You know they're gonna be unforgiving.
Yeah, the dog,
the fans, everybody. You know how they did Michael Vick. Come on. You killed a 23-year-old young woman and her dog.
Yeah, I mean, I just. So anyway,
But that was in the news. I think it was yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah.
Well, Colin Kaepernick took a knee, and the man still ain't back in the NFL as of yet. Right. I mean, even in the early stages, and of course, there's a lot of politics and things surrounding his comeback, and if it's really a true desire to come back in the NFL based on what he has received since being out of the NFL and being on the campaign trail of really trying to show a fight for nonviolence, a fight for a fight for equal justice, here in America. And so with that, it just kind of made it harder for him to come back. But he still showed signs that, hey, I still want to play football. Right. But even in that was something political. He didn't hit nobody. He did nothing wrong to anyone. He just took a stance on what he believed in, and the NFL still made it hard for him to come back.
So that's why I'm saying, young man, I don't know if it's going to be as easy as you think it's going to be.
I'm going to say it for you again. How do I say goodbye? You may be able to become a sports announcer, if that. He may be able to become, I don't know, even if he's been in the league long enough.
He's a young guy.
Yeah.
Sad.
So he's going to have to use those credits of, hey, I used to play for, and I don't know, we might see him at Job Corps. I don't know. I'm kidding. Not that that's a bad thing. Job Corps is a good thing. And we have had some ex-NFL players actually helping our young people at Job Corps. So not that it's, a demeaning job or anything like that. Right. But sometimes players like that end up giving back more or falling in better within the community than trying to go national.
And think about it. He does have a story, because he can really talk to the young people about drinking and driving.
Yeah.
And making better choices.
Yes, all the way.
So he could turn this around.
Yes, he can turn it into something beneficial to the community, lucrative for himself by way of nonprofit organization, things of that nature, and him actually, showing that he's taking a stand against, what happened.
Exactly.
And so, and I mean, hey, by no way, shape, form, or fashion are any of us perfect. No. A lot of us have done a lot of the same things, just haven't got caught in that capacity.
Exactly.
But at the same time, we all have to make our comeback, some kind of way. And it's good to see that he's trying to show that, hey, I still want to play football. And these are the steps that I'm taking to show that I've reformed my life to be a better example. But if that does not work out for him, I'm hoping that he does take a plan B or plan C road to be more on the advocacy side of getting more young people to not go down the same path.
Exactly.
That's
my hope for him.
Yes. So any more sports that you want to talk about?
The Lakers and the Nets are going back and forth. First, I'm gonna show you this. This was funny. Kyrie was at one of the summer league games.
Yeah.
And someone behind him, one of the fans behind him, yelled, "Hey, Kyrie, when are you coming to the Lakers?" And he was like, "Soon, real soon."
Okay.
So he's like very confident that that's where he's going to be next year.
Okay.
But yesterday it came out where the Lakers and the Nets are like going back and forth. The Lakers offered Russell Westbrook and a first round pick for Kyrie Irving. The Nets countered with Irving and Joe Harris for Westbrook and 2 first-round picks. But then the Lakers came back and said, no, we're going to give you Russell, Talon Horton, Tucker, and a first-round pick for Kyrie. And Seth Curry. The Lakers really want Seth Curry. They don't want Joe Harris.
No, because they want a 3-point shoot. They want somebody who can shoot a 3. They need somebody. They're in the West. If you're in the West and cannot shoot a 3, you're done. Golden State is going to bury you.
But then the Knicks came back and said, listen, we want Kyrie. I mean, we're going to offer you Kyrie for Russell. And 2 first-round picks again. Lakers counter-offered Westbrook a first-round pick and a second-round pick for Irving. That's where they ended. So that's where the Lakers and the Nets are. They're going back and forth, back and forth.
Well, so basically, Russ is out of L.A.
Oh, yeah. So in all of that, I was like, so the bottom line is Russell Westbrook is gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So.
And he was at the Summer League games the other day. It's like, are they letting him know what's up?
Well, I'm sure they are. I mean, if not, ESPN definitely is, and they all watch it.
But I'm very observant. And when I was watching the Lakers game, Lakers playing the Phoenix Suns in the Summer League, and they were so happy that LeBron was in the house, and then they show Russell and some other people, and they show LeBron like interacting with everyone. You know what I'm saying? But they never showed him talking to Russ. Like I'm like, did they ever speak to each other? Did they ever say anything? Oh, come on.
Maybe after, maybe it was like, what's up? But in those situations, especially when you know somebody's about to go and you got a say in that happening, kind of makes conversations awkward.
Because I know if they had spoken,
the
media would have picked that, would have horned in on that.
Yeah, they were swarmed in,
Yeah, but they never did. So I was like, I'm not crazy. They never spoke.
Yeah. So, anyway, Russ is gone. That's
pretty much what I'm getting out of it.
So it's at least agreed that Russell Westbrook is the common denominator to this whole deal. Yeah. And now it's a matter of how many picks are you going to give up and what round in the picking selections are you going to give up?
Because to be honest with you, I think the deal would have been done if the Nets were willing to give up Seth Curry.
Oh, yeah. It'd have been around. They'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because the deal they need a 3-point shooter. And Seth can definitely drop a 3. Yeah. Now, he can't drop them as consistently as his brother.
But he can.
But he can drop them. And he can drop them when it counts. And he's proven himself in the league as well to be a scorer, and that's what they need. So, it is all good. It is all good. So I just got a message saying that, yes, Seth and Kyrie would make a good addition in the yellow and gold. I'm sorry, the yellow, purple and gold. Purple and gold, yes. They would make a great addition to the purple and gold. And I don't know. They're both guards, Well,
we know Kyrie's going to come in and start.
Right. And Seth more than likely will be coming off the bench. But what we're finding in today's NBA and pretty much in the NBA period, your bench players are the true saviors of the day.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with coming off the bench.
Nah, it's not. Especially if you're coming in and you're providing points and defense and rebounds and all this good stuff, because it's holding up the middle to give your main guys a break for the end. So that when come the end time, they can finish out these games versus having to stay in the whole entire game.
Right. Exactly.
It allows you to mix up your matchups a lot more too, and so it should be about making the game play easier for your team versus harder. So when you got players that can come off the bench and produce, oh man, you in there. That's how you end up going to the championship because of your bench.
Yep.
So anyway, any more news?
It's not news. Well, yes, it is news. I like John Morant. I do.
Yes.
But I think he put his foot in his mouth on this one.
What did John Moran do?
He had the nerve to say that he would cook Michael Jordan.
What? See, you know, made me go to my high voice. Cook Michael Jordan.
Yes. And Michael responded.
Really,
He said, cook me? Cook me some pasta, maybe. I would dog walk him like the Chihuahua.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? Even now, Jordan probably can still do some things. I mean, because definitely he's got a bigger body.
Right.
He can post them up. He still has some strength. And I'm sure from time to time he still, plays.
Yeah.
Not full on, nothing,
Right.
but,
But
he
he
still does a
on
little
now.
something. But, man, come on, man.
And then for him to be as confident as he was in his comeback, like,
yeah.
what?
And I mean, and then too, it's easy for you to say it now
The man
because
is 50-something years old.
yeah, because he's out of the league, and for you to feel that confident about it, it's like, okay, that's great that you feel that you're that good. However, in the reality of the world,
Right.
we know that we've seen other people while he was still in the league
Right.
say the same stuff, and Jordan mopped the floor with him.
Exactly.
So anyway, but way to get yourself some good publicity, Ja. I mean,
Is that what that was?
yeah, it was
'Cause
publicity
like,
stuff.
come
It's got to be.
on,
There's no way you're gonna
brother.
realistically, because it's almost like a diss. It's almost like a diss.
Yeah.
Or people who can say they can beat Mike Tyson.
Right.
Man, I could beat Mike Tyson, and you're a
Okay.
young fighter. I could beat Mike Tyson. Okay, well, you probably can now. However,
But we've seen Mike recently.
man,
I wouldn't want to get in the ring with him.
no, he's a ravaged wild animal. I would not even put myself in that position,
Exactly.
even in play. Like, no, thanks, I'm good.
Like-
I mean, it's all over YouTube. I know for me and my algorithms, there's not a day that I don't see an old Mike Tyson clip.
Right.
And I mean, the way this guy was putting people down in the first round, either it was fake and they say, hey, when he hits you, fall.
I heard those punches were.
Yeah, no, they was no joke. And I mean, this dude's coming at you and you swinging at him, and he dodging everything and coming back with counters.
Right.
And he connected.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Come on, man. First round, the bell just went ding, 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 and you already on the ground.
Exactly.
Come on. So anyway,
So these young cats need to stay in their place.
yeah.
Stay in their lane.
Find a better way
Okay.
to express how happy you are with your gameplay as of now. But to say, oh, I can beat these legends,
Right.
come on, man. I don't think so.
It's arguably who everyone's saying is like the best ever.
The greatest they've
Like,
played against,
really?
and they've overcome so many obstacles and adversity to be champions. And here you are, ain't even won a championship yet. One, two, gotten to a championship, and yet and still you're like, I can beat him.
Right.
Guys who've carried their team by themselves to these championships, and when I say by themselves, I mean have put up a lot of points on the board
Right,
to
right.
secure their team.
Right.
So, but
Right.
so anyway, but yeah, so I'm super, super excited to see these new developments in the NBA with these trades
Oh, yeah.
and things of that nature. Seeing what's going to happen with Kyrie and Russell Westbrook, and if this Nets Lakers thing is really going to happen, or is something else going to pop into this deal that makes it more lucrative for the Nets to give up Kyrie Irving. But it's definitely something that the Lakers want, and so we'll see what happens.
So everyone, if you're bored or not even bored, if you just love basketball, check out these summer league games. These games are awesome. These young people
Yeah.
coming up. Oh yeah, the number one draft pick that Orlando got.
Yeah.
He's one to watch.
Yeah, I saw just yesterday, I was scrolling through Facebook and saw a clip saying that he was going to be playing that night and that he was with the Magic. So it's time for Orlando to get back on the map. Come on, Florida. Come on, Orlando.
He might be the one.
So I'm hoping so. But then again, it's also, too, who's surrounding him. He may be the main guy that's putting up the most points on the board, but at the same time, who's surrounding him to help him put up the most wins on the board. At the end of the day, that's what matters. And the East definitely needs to step it up because the West, the West is they standing strong, standing tall, standing proud. Boston Celtics almost did it. They were so close. But the West just looks like they are just stacking the deck even more. So, we're going to see what happens. But moving on to movies. We got some movies that's getting ready to come out here in the next week.
Yes.
That I think box office. I think the producers, the executive producers, the production studios are going to be very happy with the money that is brought in on two of these movies in particular that we're talking about. And one of them is the movie called Nope. Nope. Jordan Peele, he got us with Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes with another title of Nope.
And the actor that was in Get Out
is one of the lead actors in Nope. So that's so cool. And one of the things that I like about Jordan Peele is that he realizes that there's some formulas that you don't need to, with. Right. Mm-hmm. And David, I could never say his last name. I'd have to practice it.
I know. I could never say it too. That's why I was like,
Caligula, or something to that effect. I'm going to go with that. But DC, we'll go with DC. But DC has been a strong actor. The role that he portrayed in Get Out was definitely one that was Oscar worthy in my opinion.
And then he was good in Black Panther.
And in Black Panther, yes, he came back with another strong character. Mm-hmm. And here he is with Keke Palmer, in Nope. And this trailer, even though you can't hear the audio, I really highly encourage you guys to go check out the trailer for Nope. It's one of those that really makes you want to go see the movie. It's just so detailed. Well, there you go. So if you've been watching shows like what we've been watching, like Stranger Things and all that good stuff, this like encompasses so many of those elements in it. The humor, the scare factor, the Blair Witch Project-ness of it.
It's one scene where Kiki's looking up in the sky and I don't know what she sees.
Yeah.
But she's like, nope.
Right? And they have a whole theme of like, don't look up, don't look up, don't look up. And, they're figuring out a pattern as to what's happening throughout the course of this movie. And it's just, I just can't wait to see it, man.
Was that Burt Reynolds?
It was not Burt Reynolds.
Oh.
No.
I was going to say, what?
No, not Burt Reynolds. But yeah. But, I mean, it's got an all-star cast. I mean, it seriously has an all-star cast. And a lot of these, it's just so many elements in this movie. I mean, like I said, just from the trailer alone, it makes you want to go see it. Look, even Jam, she's like, oh, wow, this. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So with the movie being about aliens and things of that nature, and aliens and extraterrestrial beings is becoming more of a common theme.
Right.
And so, and.
Have you ever seen that movie with Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix, I think it was?
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it.
But it puts me in the mind of that.
Now we gotta look it up.
Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. And it was about aliens also.
Signs.
I think it's
movie's called Signs.
What is it? Astro.
Signs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I think the word aliens is just like a narrow term. I think it's other beings, entities out there. Because just off
Right.
Them dropping this with the whole pictures and then this movie come out, it's just like crazy.
Yeah. And what's that top
Right, we're not alone.
the top secret place that the
Area 51.
yes,
Yeah.
you don't think there's some aliens that they found or something there?
Or they said with Stranger Things how they were doing like the experiments,
Right.
The humans having the ability. They said that could be there because you ain't get to the new season yet. Y'all ain't get to the new season yet.
Right.
But you will see how it kind of looks like that in Area 51. It's just everything's just mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, look. So, movies have always given some truth
Right.
to reality to come.
Right.
I mean,
And the government released files on extraterrestrials. They call them UAPs. Not
See?
UFOs, it's UAPs.
Yeah.
And they said that they have seen some sightings and have been in communication with things that aren't human.
Right.
So it's like they're here and they've been here. And in this movie, if you look in the trailer, they disguise themselves as clouds. You always talk about how the clouds look funny.
Right.
Other stuff. So
And sometimes they take on images, different
Right.
images and stuff.
right.
I just don't want people to be scared if they decide to make themselves present.
Right.
Because you can't be scared because they're here.
They here. They've been here.
Right. You're just now becoming aware that they're here. Right.
Desensitizing us to that. So
Yeah.
when the time comes, people just be like, oh, okay, like we knew it. Like, I'm ready. They need to show me.
Well, I don't know about the whole desensitization of it because every time I see these movies, we running for our lives. We getting zapped into oblivion.
I feel like because we aren't used to seeing others.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
But think about Men in Black. Remember Men in Black? They was like, so you ain't know Michael Jackson was an alien?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So come on now. They're here. They're amongst us.
So are we saying our icons are aliens?
What we don't.
Beyonce and Jay-Z are aliens?
I mean, if we can freeze your body and live in a whole totally different generation,
Right.
I think there's other beings. Like, and they're amongst us and they disguise themselves as regular people to try to fit in.
Exactly.
A social norm and go back to their wherever they from to kind of just how we probably got aliens at Area 51, how we tested them and probably them out. They're probably doing the same thing to us, but just in a different way.
Right.
And then how people say like, oh, I've been abducted by aliens and people call them crazy. No, I think that's true. I really do think that's true because how can you have this experience and you feel all this feeling? Nobody's that crazy
Exactly.
to constantly be like, this happened to me, and then multiple people saying that and they all having a similar story and they don't even know each other.
Exactly.
Right.
That's crazy. Well, it's not crazy.
It's not crazy. It's
It's something to take interest into. Yeah, I
but
got
we
you.
don't want to believe it because we don't understand it. We don't,
And some people might have an external crisis, meaning like, okay, well, if we're not the only beings, I'm gonna panic because
Right.
all I know is us.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm so ready for these.
yeah, me too. Me too.
July 22nd,
July 22nd. Nope.
2022.
Hits the theater.
Hits the theaters.
And I already know it's going to be a box office smash.
It is.
They're going to, they're going to be in the triple millions. I mean,
I'm going and I'm seeing the latest show.
right.
I'm happy to see the latest show.
Well, personally, I love the sneak previews where they show it like the day before the release date.
Oh yeah.
I love that. But of course, sometimes depending on the type of day you've had, you end up missing a lot because you fall asleep because
Okay.
the previews.
The 22nd is next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday. So I'm sure there's going to be a sneak peek somewhere on a Thursday, the day
yes.
before, and I'm going to be looking for that. So, because come Friday, if you ain't go see it on Friday, I guarantee you social media is going to be blowing up all about it and saying how you should have went on Friday. It's going to be all kind of spoilers, things of that nature.
Yeah.
And those are the things we love to hate. but you can't help but talk about it because of the experience. And so,
and I don't even care about the spoilers because I'm still going.
Right, I got you.
Yep, I won't be there Friday. I'll probably be there like Saturday. I have to work.
I got you. Totally understand. Probably go on Thursday after the show. And so, I mean, of course, it'd probably be later in the evening, but still, But that's like literally next week.
Yes.
That is next week.
Yep.
Wow.
So exciting.
Wow.
Nope.
So, nope. Yes. So.
I remember when the trailer dropped last year, I did.
Uh-huh.
I cried.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's my favorite director.
Yeah.
With Get Out, it was just so like, I don't know, it was just like a real true Paramount picture for me. Like,
Yeah.
how can you put today's society and explain it so good through visuals? And you did that exact thing.
Right.
And then the next movie, This Is Us.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
With the whole tethering. And
Yeah.
I believe that we all have a lookalike in somewhere in the world.
That's what they say.
Doing the exact same thing
That's
as
what they
you,
say.
But they could be a little off, or you could be the one that's a little off.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Even how they tricked us and how the lady was the actual tethered one.
I was floored.
Right.
I was blown
She
away.
wasn't even the real mama.
Nope.
Right.
The real mama somewhere else. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yep, I was blown away.
I'm so ready. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so ready.
Yeah, I was blown away.
So
I
I can
was.
only imagine. And just in watching this trailer of Nope, it gives you so much, So it gives you a basis of what's happening. But now you want to fill in the blanks. You got to fill in the gaps now as to, how do we get to here? How is that happening? Why is that happening? And so I'm excited. Come on next Thursday / Friday.
Again, July
22nd. Nope.
2022.
Yes, Nope. Another movie coming out. Idris Elba.
I'm
Beast.
excited about this one.
Yes, Beast. Starring Idris Elba. Hits the movie theaters as well.
In August.
August, yes. And so they were smart to do that to give you back-to-back months to where you got this one big blockbuster, give that time, and then come back with another one and give that time. Good job to the production studios in working together.
Look at this. Come on.
Yeah. And they're in Africa.
Yep.
They're in Africa, and Idris is taking his kids on a safari trip to Africa. The kid's mother has passed away. We don't know exactly how, but one of the wishes of the mother was for the children to experience the beauty of Africa. And in this trip, the kids have picked up on the mother's talent of photography. And so they're wanting to go and take pictures and things of that nature. But what they discover is something unimaginable. And they don't really show us what the beast is, but there is something out there that is really creating some havoc and causing some damage.
I thought they did show us.
They don't show the beast. Right, but and maybe it is.
I thought it was a lion.
So yes, that is a lion, but that doesn't mean that that's the beast.
You're right. Hey.
Swimming, damn mind.
Okay.
But it has really done a great job in building the suspense to make us want to go see this movie. Big shout out to Will Packer Studios, who is the production company that produced this movie. So let's give a big shout out to St. Pete's own Will Packer. Shout out Will.
Okay, yeah, we
and getting to
don't-
work with Idris Elba and
don't know.
all these other actors in this film and the directors, and really bringing this to us this summer. Boy, I'm telling you, man, these producers, they want us to be scared.
Yeah, we don't know what to. But see, they keep showing lions.
But see, if you seen the way whoever just got snatched up a second ago, that wasn't no lion.
It was right before.
Right before, but the second time, look.
Oh, I'm just excited about the beast.
Yes, and I see now we got to watch it to find out. So he's fighting a lion. I see it. So either it's something about this lion. This is a souped up lion that got possessed by something, or this
because
beast.
throughout the trailer, that's what you see.
I got it. So now I want to go see if it's really the lion that's the beast, or if there's a beast, and the lion is just being shown as to make us feel that that's the beast. And then maybe beast is something metaphorical, So maybe we're seeing the actual beast, but it's really something else that they're really wanting us to see. That's the beast that's causing this lion, if it is the lion, to be the way that he is.
Like the lion protecting the actual beast.
Right. So many, see, now that we're talking about it and getting deep, there's so many ways we can go with this right now. So, but so it might be metaphorical, beast, but the movie was named Beast for a reason.
Right.
It's showing us a beast for a reason, and that beast is attacking people for a reason. So in that, we're going to find out what the true beast is, but that's July for Nope, August for Beast, and Agent X2 Quarantine for September. I might as well throw that plug in since we're talking about big blockbuster movies and putting St. Pete on the map. Yes, AX2 Quarantine hits the movie theaters September 1st. That's a Thursday, AMC Theaters. So we're excited about that as well. And so am I. I get to reprise my role as Agent X. And, another box office smash. Now, it's not going to make the millions right off rip that these other movies are going to make. But we're claiming it will make its millions, and it will be, sold out all over wherever we show it. So I'm excited for that. But we have reached our time for today. We still got a few more shows to talk about, but we'll hit them next week. But shows that we are watching just to keep you guys updated on what we're watching. And we'll be talking about, we're watching Stranger Things. We're watching The Chi that has a whole new season out. We're watching
The Upshaws.
Which is a great comedy show starring Mike Epps and Kim Fields. We're watching The Boys. If you haven't watched The Boys, come on, get your superhero on. Really is a great show to watch. Amazon Prime. Yep. We're also watching P-Valley. We're watching. I got it in my notes here.
I'm watching Sisters.
Yes. And Sisters has come back with a new season, and things are really, really heating up in that show. Tyler Perry has really put his foot all the way down to the kneecap in this show.
He was just in the news yesterday.
What'd he do?
Because I guess some fans are not happy with the direction that the show is going in. And Tyler was like, oh, well. Yeah, he was like, oh, well, I'm not changing the format of the show.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. So, and that's what happens when you're able to control the narrative of your shows. It's, you can either watch it or not, but you're not the only person that likes it or doesn't like it, and if if there's more people that like it versus don't like it, guess what? You're going to keep doing your thing because you got something that works and something that people want to see. So you're going to make it for those people. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for riding with us on today. Shouts out to Miss Debbie Garrett. She and myself, we're going to be taking a trip to Canada. Yes, tomorrow we leave for Canada. Our film Simi, the series, has been accepted into the International Black Film Festival there in Canada, and we are nominated for 3 awards. And so hopefully we'll be able to come home with at least one, but just the experience alone and being accepted in Canada, all the way from Florida. So we're going from the bottom to the top, all in a day to celebrate with the other filmmakers there in Canada. And we're super excited about that. So, but big shouts out to her and her dreams coming to life through this film series. Very happy. Dreammakers Productions, production company behind producing the film. And, we got a lot of good stuff coming here out of St. Pete. And I'm super excited for that. So I just wish us safe travels. But we'll be back, God willing, next Thursday. Talk more shows, more movies, more sports. And we may even have a special guest for you. Who knows? Ardell might be back in the building. Who knows? You never know what to expect here on The Way We See It. But without further ado, I am Cranston Cumberbatch.
I'm Kawana Norman. And this is The Way We See It.
You're listening to PowerPlug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
This is the way we see it, see it. This is the way we see it. This is the way we see it. This is the way we see it. This is the way we
You're listening to PowerPlug Radio.